This is why people just don't want to work 9 to 5 jobs anymore. When I was a newborn dying in the hospital, my mom's boss refused to let her have time off because it's just a baby, you can make another one. My appendix burst mid shift. I was obviously rushed to the hospital and recovery was 6 weeks. They fired me the first day back for lack of performance. I had to have surgery and needed a week off. Boss said that didn't work for her as it was her weekend off. Ended up having to work a day after abdominal surgery. When my mom passed, she passed the day of my shift, so I had to call in. They told me if I didn't come in, I'd be written up and possibly fired. My ops manager told them he will not write me up because it's out of my control, and I got 3 days paid bereavement plus the extra 4 days I was already supposed to be off. We had her funeral, buried her, and I was back to work the next day. None of the management had any sympathy, just told me people die, gotta love Walmart. I was rushed into surgery one evening and called into work right before the surgery to inform them I couldn't make it to my shift the following day at 6 a.m. I was told to bring in my uniform and fired for not giving enough notice, and this made me untrustable. Love McDonald's. My mom was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer and was not doing well. Told my manager I needed 2 weeks off to look after her. She lives 4 hours away. She tried to make me drive back on the weekend for inventory, and I said no. She then told me, "You know you'll only be there for support, right? This is coming from someone whose own mother also went through treatment." I worked at a gym daycare, and they said my babies could come. They watched and played with my 8-week-old. My son would stay around me and play. I got fired for my baby needing to be fed and taken care of. I worked at a gas station in a big town. My aunt that raised me had passed away after a long battle with cancer. I had found out in the middle of my shift and needed to go home. My manager told me no because I should have said my goodbyes earlier. I walked out right then and there. I worked at a doggy daycare and we weren't allowed to leave the yard without cover. If we requested to go to the bathroom, it could take up to an hour to be relieved. We never got our breaks, except lunch, and we weren't allowed to bend or sit and only allowed water in the play yard. Managers were verbally abusive. I quit within 2 months. And number 10. My 8-month-old got COVID, so I had to take about a week and a half off work. Got called every day while out of the office and was still working, just not in office, because I'm the branch manager. They still put an unpaid time off. I'm a salary employee. My check was less than $300, even though I was working. What? How do these bosses and managers get in the positions that they're in? It hurts my head. Okay, let's go wholesome. I was 60 days into a job and my grandpa passed away. He was basically my dad. Me and my 1.5-year-old son at the time lived with him. Found out 2 hours into my shift Monday morning. The owner had my friend drive me home, Ubered him back to work, let me use my paid time off even though I hadn't been there for the 90 days, and gave me an extra 2 weeks off to get everything settled. They were the best. You see how just easy it is to be nice? It's really not that hard. Just be nice.